Okay, so I'm recording. Dr. Bedell, you can go ahead.
Okay. Hi, this is Jack Bedell, and I'm chair of the Electrical Engineering program. I want to begin by welcoming you to Cal State Fullerton. Welcome you to be a Titan where we reach higher. We have a lot of exciting things going on in electrical engineering. We are a small department, which means we can pay a lot of attention to our students. We offer summer school. We offer a rich range of courses. We've just added some power courses. So we think you've made the right choice by coming to Cal State Fullerton to be a Titan in electrical engineering. We are here to serve you. We are here to make sure you learn so you can become the engineer you want to become. Thank you.
Okay, so I saw that we have quite some students here or parents here. Let me start again. For those of you who are here from the first session, this session would be very similar to the first session because some of the student or parents, they're not available at 11 o'clock, so they would like to attend at 12 o'clock session. So the first half of the session will be almost identical. We will give the same presentation again. And then the second half of the session will be the Q&A. If you want to stay here for the second half for the Q&A, you're welcome to do so. Let me start with the presentation first, and then next we will invite some of our current and prior students to share a little bit about their experience in our program. So let me start the presentation. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so let me. All right. Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming to the electrical engineering session for the Welcome to Cal State Fullerton Day event. My name is Jidong Huang. I'm a faculty member in electrical engineering, and it's my pleasure to be here to present to you about our program. And we also have Dr. Bedell here. He's the department chair, and we will be here to help answer your questions about our program. Unfortunately, we are not able to meet you physically on campus today. In the past, all of our Welcome to CSUF Day has been held on campus physically, like in front of our buildings, so you can see our facilities. But at least we are giving this session online, so you can have some good understanding of our program. And for example, about the EE Electrical Engineering program, we are located on campus in primarily two buildings, E and CS. E stands for engineering, CS stands for computer science. Our office, department office, is on the first floor of the E engineering building on the south side. The office number is E100A. And the classroom and our labs are primarily located in E and CS buildings. And for freshman courses, you may take science and mathematics courses. That's primarily in MH, McCarthy Hall, which is not too far to walk from our buildings. And the buildings, two buildings, E and CS, they are centrally located on campus, very close to parking, very close to sports field, close to the dining hall, and close to the library. So we are in good location. If you want to contact us, please feel free to do so at any time. Our phone number is 657-278-3013. And the office email address is electenc.office@fullerton.edu, electrical engineering office at fullerton.edu. Please feel free to write to us or call us. Our office staff is very friendly. Stephanie is here too. She will share a little bit of later on. Faculty and staff, we have 10 full-time faculty, about 15 adjunct faculty, our faculty are very highly qualified to teach courses in electrical engineering. We have IEEE Fellow, we have IET Fellow, we have NASA Administrative Fellow, and we also have faculty who have received a major grant from places like NSF. Our faculty and many of our adjunct faculty, they are working in the industry, so they can bring in up-to-date industrial experience to our classroom. And we have one administrative service coordinator in the department office, Mrs. Stephanie Wilson, and she's a very friendly person. Anytime you visit the office, you will be greeted by her smile. And we have two lab technicians, Jimmy Kong, Mr. Jimmy Kong, and Mr. Vedam. They are also very helpful maintaining our lab facilities and trying to make sure all equipment are working properly for your hands-on experience. For more information about our department, please feel free to visit the website. The website has been recently updated, so we're continuing putting in up-to-date information on the website. Please feel free to visit. For the program, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, or BSWE, the requirement is a total of 120 units, and this is the flow chart where you could also find the flow chart online at this link. The flow chart shows you how you can possibly finish the degree in 4 years. Every column on the flow chart represents one semester. So 2 columns basically is 1 year. We have fall and spring semester. If you take about 15 units per semester or 30 units per year, then you will be able to graduate in 4 years, okay? Depending on where you are, if you're a freshman, then most likely you will start from the first column. That's first year, first semester courses. And the flowchart is also color-coded, so you can see some of the courses are science courses, like math courses, science courses, and the orange ones are the EE courses. So and the black ones are the GE, general education. So you can see we have lots of EE courses in our program that you need to take. And if you are a transfer student, depending on how much you have finished at the community college, our department advisor and also the student success center at the college can help you evaluate your transcript and decide where you are and what the courses are remaining courses that you need to take. So the bottom line is 120 units required. And if you take 15 units or more per semester, you will be able to finish in 4 years. The current student support and advising structure in the department follows the college structure, where if you are a freshman or sophomore, then you are mostly likely to be advised by the college student success center. They provide advising services on stuff like GE courses, general education courses, how you choose general education courses, which ones are the ones that you need to take in order to finish the degree in time. And they can also give you guidance on fundamental course selections, especially for the first 2 years, because many of our engineering, including EE, take similar courses in the first 2 years as other engineering disciplines. So they will help you about that. And they also provide academic success workshops and including tutoring service. Their tutors are available, so you can either set up an appointment or walk in to get help with many of the first 2 year mathematics, science, and engineering subjects. So if you have difficulty with those subjects, please feel free to visit them for the tutoring service. And once you are a junior or senior student, then the department will provide you advising service. Currently in the department, we have one dedicated undergraduate advisor, one dedicated faculty who will help advising students. His name is Dr. Raman Munikrishnan. He is the former dean of our college, and he is also an IEEE fellow, very professional, very knowledgeable about the fields. So when you go to see him, he will provide you guidance on what courses to take in order to best help you obtain your career goals. Our recommendation is that academic advising should be done at least once per year. But preferably, we would like you to see the advisor at least once per semester so that you know that you're on track towards timely graduation. The facilities, unfortunately, we're not on campus today. If you come to the physical welcome to CSUF Day, we'll have a lab tour to see the classroom and labs. Here, at least the pictures give you some idea on what the facility will look like when you come to Cal State Fullerton to take our courses. The picture on the right, upper right corner basically is how our classroom looks like. There are computer monitors that can show the content on the screen directly to you at the computer monitors. And all those computers, they are also have all the engineering software that is needed for WE installed in those computers. So this room can be used for dual purpose. We can use the room either as a lecture room. For example, if you put down the monitors, then those become desks where you can write notes. Or we can use this as a lab to practice on engineering software design. Our labs, they are sufficient number of labs, about 10 different labs to help you acquire different skills needed in the electrical engineering field. There are labs, for example, electrical circuits lab, where you will learn about the design and the analysis of electrical circuits. There are also electronics lab, where you learn about the design of the analog electronics and digital electronic circuits. And we also have a power lab to teach you about the operation of the electrical motors. There are digital system labs where you will learn about engineering software design and how you could possibly use those engineering software to solve different problems in electrical engineering. And we have a senior design lab where you can work independently or together with a group of students on senior design project, a project that you choose to try to solve some real world problems using electrical engineering knowledge. There's open computers lab where you can do group study. You can use the computer to work on your homework. That's also available on the 4th floor of the engineering building. Other than those teaching labs or instructional labs, we also have some research labs in the department, like the robotics lab, where you can conduct research or design robots, for example, ground robots, UAV, or underwater robots. And we also have a GPS navigation lab. This is one of the very few in the country where you can study about the design of the global positioning system and the design of advanced navigation systems. And we also have an optics lab if you would like to learn about optics and optical communication. So our facility is sufficient to meet the requirements for students to gain the knowledge, not only in theory, but also hands-on experience in electrical engineering. Currently, there are different technical fields that are supported by our department of program. The primary 4 areas that are supported by the WE department is the following. You will take different courses in different technical fields, but our technical elective courses, they are grouped into this areas of specializations. Like number 1 areas of specialization is communication systems and signal processing. This area deals with the design of a communication system, including wired or wireless communication system. For example, how you design a cell phone, how can the data be transferred from one cell phone to another cell phone? How do you design the antenna of a cell phone so that you can optimize the reception on the signal transmission? And then the second area of specialization is computer engineering, or the design of the digital system. This deals with how you design the electronics or electrical parts in a computer system, like how you set up a computer in terms of hardware configuration. And you would use like microcontroller, microprocessor, or FPGA boards to set up the design digital system to finish like digital control tasks, for example. And the third area of specialization is control system. This deals with the design and modeling of a control system for different type of applications like aerospace control, like how you control a car, automobile, or how you control an airplane, or how you design and set up a robot under the robotics areas, or how you design a navigation system so that you can have an autonomous cars or autonomous vehicles. So that's the third area of specialization. The fourth area of specialization is electronics and circuits. This is one of the traditional areas within EE that deals with the design of the electronic components or electrical circuits or electronic circuits. So you would design the circuit for different applications. Like, for example, you design a circuit for a speaker at your home to be used. And we also have courses that support new areas that we would like to pursue in the future. We have students that are very interested in studying about power. So we have added 2 new courses in the power area. Like, one course is the power electronics, and the other one is advanced power studies to learn about the design of the modern power systems. And the department chair also has open houses every year to meet with our students. So if you would like to suggest any new courses or new areas, please let him know. Then we will look into the possibility of adding those new courses or new areas to help you meet the demand in the job market. As I mentioned earlier, towards the end of your program at the BSWE program, design project is required. And in the design project, you can either work independently or work in a group together with other students to work on a project where you will apply the knowledge you learned from your fundamental EE courses and tech elective courses to solve a problem in the real world. Sample projects include, for example, autonomous delivery drone, the design of a drone to deliver cargo or shipment autonomously. Smart bicycle locks, where you can use like fingerprint or voice to unlock a bicycle. Bluetooth speaker arrays, so you can design the speaker arrays to be directional to any point in the room. Automatic irrigation system, set up an irrigation system that automatically turn on and off based on the water level in the soil. Mirror with digital display, so you can, when you look into the mirror, not only you look at yourself, but also display some digital information like the weather information, news, and so on. Automatic cleaner for solar systems, self-charging smart skateboard when you skateboard. When you skate, the skateboard will charge itself. So those are some of the interesting projects that our students have worked on in recent years. As you can see, almost every project here, they target towards real world problems and trying to solve a problem in the real world. And many of these projects, they have potential business values. So those are great projects for our students to work on and gain hands-on experience. And many of our students, after they finish those design projects, they become very competitive in the job market. And our students are very active today. We are happy to have some student representatives, including current and past students, and they are from IEEE, and they can talk a little bit about their experience at Cal State Fullerton. Primarily in our department, there are 2 student organizations, IEEE and ION. IEEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. ION stands for Institute of Navigation. In our department, we are very fortunate that these student organizations have their own dedicated room and space. The room, for example, IEEE is on the 4th floor in the engineering building. It's a setup like a mini lab and also social space. So if you go to IEEE, you will see many students there day and night working on their project or talking to their friends or helping each other on homework or projects. The IEEE space also offers services like selling electronic parts that are needed for your experiments. They can also do 3D printing and circuit prototyping. So we strongly recommend you, if you come to the campus later on, visit the IEEE student chapter. And our students are also very active in participating in the events on campus, including the annual pumpkin launch. On the right, you see a picture of our IEEE students. They participated in the pumpkin launch event in November. I believe this year they won the first place for the pumpkin launch event. And it's a very dedicated engineering design project to design a successful pumpkin launcher machine. And Discover Fest is offered every semester so that you can shop for 2 different student organizations on campus and sign up for this student organization. Our IEEE is very active in Discover Fest. Make sure you stop by the IEEE club place and sign up with them to take part in our student activities. Every year in the spring, the college also offers a ECS week, 1 week of activities to invite industrial representatives, those managers or professional engineers from industry to talk to our students as professor for a day. And we also organize project showcase, job fair, internship, and career expo to help our students to interact with the potential employees in the future, and so that they know what are the skills needed in order to be competitive in the job market. And we are also very fortunate to start a new service called Puerto Rico service. Dr. Bedell and I submitted a grant proposal to the IRA on campus, and we got funded luckily. This service can help us send students to Puerto Rico to study about their power system and help propose solutions to solve their problems in their power systems. So that's a brief introduction of our program. Hopefully you have learned see a big picture of how our program will look like. And if you have questions, we will be happy to answer. And before that, let me give this back to Dr. Bedell, and he can introduce the students to you.
Right. I'm sorry for the dog barking. Just want to say thank you, Ji-Dong, for again a beautiful presentation. I asked a couple of students and an alum to come to talk to the students today, prospective students. And Steve, why don't you start off telling them what your experience at Fullerton was and what you're doing now as it relates to that experience.
So my name's Steve Sykes. I just graduated about a couple months ago. I work for Eaton Corporation. They do low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage power. And I work in the control section. A lot of the things I learned at school and in clubs really helped me during my time at Eaton, and to be able to get into the door and be able to get an interview, and then I show what I had learned in school, how I could correlate it with their company, and I could become an asset with them. So I was IEEE president. I was able to make connections with industry people, industry leaders that worked at NASA, Northrop Grumman, have them come and talk to our student branch, and then have them interact with people in the industry to be able to learn what the industry needs and how we can get to that point. So we are seen as more as assets to them to be able to work for them and work towards getting a job there.
Sounds good. So overall, do you think, given where you are, that the degree at Cal State Fullerton helped prepare you for what you're doing?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that I learned in school has helped me on my job, such as understanding how to combat like a problem that I might not have seen at school, but the skill set that I learned in school, I was able to apply it there and figure my way through the job and actually try to get and show my bosses that I knew what I was doing.
Good. I just want the people who are listening to know that I did not coach this question. I did not tell Steve this question was coming. So I don't, I wanted to have the unvarnished view. Thank you, Steve. Okay, who's next? Gino.
So Victor, do you still want to share a little bit about IEEE?
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Are you a co-host?
No.
Okay, so you should be a co-host now. You can share your screen.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We are students from IEEE. My name is Victor Cervantes, and I'm currently the president there. And Bartu Sentinel, he is our project lead at the moment. And this is a place where you guys can contact us or visit our website at IEEECSUF.com. Or if you have any questions, you could email us at IEEE@fullerton.edu.
Okay, so as mentioned before, we are the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Basically, what our goals as a club overall are to graduate as competitive and multifaceted job applicants. But what does that essentially mean? That basically means that we want you guys to develop and apply what you learn in your conceptual courses and lab courses to, projects on the side that allow you to create your own hands-on opportunities. That way you can put it on your resume and you can be a more competitive job applicant. We think that's a really important addition to put onto your resume. And, also what comes along with it is interview skill enhancement. So basically what that is, we try to make sure that you guys are well prepared for interviews, because sometimes we can be hit with questions, that we're not really prepared to answer. But, as Dr. Bedell just mentioned earlier, is you kind of just work your way through it and coach yourself through a question. So we offer quite a few resources for you guys. One of them being 2 lab workstations. So the units that you have within your lab classes, sometimes those labs are closed and you might need to work on it or study because you have a midterm or final coming up. Well, we do offer a fully functioning oscilloscope, signal generator, and DMMs. So these are pretty much like your staples to like your beginning courses. We also do have computers with every program needed. So whether that be CAD for, CAD, Altium, or any other software that you might possibly need for your courses, we do also offer all of those. We do have 2 3D printers that a lot of seniors like to incorporate with their senior design projects, as mentioned earlier. So those are heavily in use. And, even if we were to go ahead and have this, if we weren't in this, quarantine, we as IEEE members would have printed out some, phone stands or other things that we can hand out to other students when we have these big gatherings. We do also have a Volterra PCB printer and a project manager that goes along with it to go ahead and help students who want to design their own PCBs and kind of get into the electronics portion of our major. And the most important part, we do have textbooks. We know they get expensive, so we do have quite a few selection of textbooks that you may need for all of your courses, them being tech electives for your emphasis or for your core classes. They are only for use within the club room, but you're always free to take a photo of it if you need to take it to go. So we offer a lot of opportunities for members. I personally think, and Victor and I, both believe that leadership opportunities are very important. You essentially figure out who you are as a person. You learn how to put your foot down and make difficult decisions, because that is essentially the hardest part about being a leader. And at the same time, you do learn a lot of communication skills, how to talk to certain people, how to approach different types of people. Along with that comes internship opportunities. Through communication with our regional executives, in the past, we have been able to offer internship opportunities for other members. This did extend out to computer engineers as well. So it is open to everybody. We don't like excluding anyone. Everyone is welcome. And in the past, thank you to Steve. He has been the one that has organized speakers. And the reason why we still continue to organize speakers today. We also do, along with that, we also do a lot of community outreach and giving back to our community. Tutoring. So if there's a question that you have, feel free to come ask anyone that's in the room. If we can't find an answer for you, we will find someone who can give you an answer for it or help you out to any extent. And you can also, through collaboration with other professors, you can create opportunities to tutor other students. So these are Our collaboration and workshops. As mentioned earlier, again, we were the 2019 Pumpkin Launch Champions. Some of the workshops that we do offer are soldering workshops, industry workshops, resume workshops, and the GPS workshop. So these are just a few of the things that you can expect to see and be a part of when you are an IEEE member.
Yeah, and that's what we have for IEEE.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. G-Dong, let me just say something, okay? These three people are, you know, shining lights for engineering because they are, in fact, good human beings. And I think that's one of the things that impresses me about IEEE. They want to help. Our daughter has just been made senior executive vice president of a major company like PayPal. I can't get into the specifics, but she's senior vice president of human resources. And I spoke to her the other day and I said, what would you tell students? She said, we have good people who maybe only last 6 months, but the good ones, in fact, have team building, have leadership experience, work well with others, and also know their discipline. So I think one of these three gentlemen are telling you today is that get involved because it'll make your resume look better. And more importantly, you'll get skills that you need to succeed in the workplace. Thank you, Gino.
Okay, very good. So I have a few questions here that we would like to answer. But before that, Stephanie is here too. She's our administrative coordinator. So maybe you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone. I work the front office. If you do get a chance, or when you get a chance to come to the campus, by all means, come by and say hi. I'll be there. I probably won't have too much as far as dealing with you until your junior year, I guess. But I am always there. There's always candy there. The office is always welcoming. So I hope to see you guys in the fall.
Sure, thank you. Okay, so I have a few questions here. So let me try to answer, and also everyone like Dr. Bedell and Victor, but too, and Steve, you can help answer too. The first question is for transfer students, how many units do we have to take? I mean, we'll try to answer this question first. And for transfer students, it's case by case. The total requirement for the degree is 120 units. So for transfer students, depending on how many math and science courses you have already taken, like mathematics course, physics course, or fundamental engineering course and computer programming course you have taken, we have to do an evaluation case by case to see how many you have already finished. And then, for example, if you can transfer 50 units into our program, then you only need to finish the remaining 70 units, because many of the GE courses, general education courses, can also be transferred here. So important thing is, if you want to know how many units you need to take, I strongly suggest you to write an email to our office so that they can help you set up an appointment to see our undergraduate advisor who can evaluate your transcript and tell you how many units can be transferred and what are the next courses that you need to take. And they can give you better information on like the number of units you need to finish. Maybe I remember, Steve, you answered that question too in the earlier session.
About transfer students, it is case by case, like you say, and it's also about going and doing assist.org and being able to cross-check your classes, like how Bartu said.
Yeah, like for my case, I transferred over as well, and I was done with all my my physics and math. So all I had to do was take the remaining like 60 units or all the EE classes.
Okay. Another question is how many EE students are accepted for fall 2020? At this time, I don't have that data, but if you're interested in that, you can always email the office and the office can help find out by asking the admission office. But in general, our class size is good. We have small class size and there are very good interaction between faculty and students. And every year there are about 80 to 100 students in each grade. So you will see lots of classmates here. Maybe Victor, Steve can comment a little bit about that? About
Yeah,
the class
so
size. Yeah.
I personally like how the CSUF system class size is smaller than like a big university, for the fact that the professors get to know you better. You're able to ask them questions one-on-one versus other universities where you have to make a big appointment or speak to the assistant first. So that's one thing that I really like about CSUFs.
Yeah, adding on to that, I feel like anytime you have a question, a professor's always there and ready to answer and help you out. If you really need help, they're really there to help you out, to aid you, to make sure that you really get the time that you need with them to understand the topic. And if you have any questions, they're always there. I've never had it where I went to see a professor and he wasn't there, unless there was an emergency, of course. But if they're there, they're willing to help you, even if it's not even their office hours at times.
Good. Okay, so the next question is, if a student is accepted to Fullerton for another major, can the student switch major to electrical engineering? The answer is yes. What you need to do is, there's a form in the admission and records office called change of objectives form. On the change of objective form, you need to identify the reasons why you want to switch the major. And that form will be evaluated by the program. For example, in this case will be our program, electrical engineering, most likely evaluated by the undergraduate advisor. And then the undergraduate advisor will decide what other courses can be transferred into our program and how you can continue in the actual BSW study. So the short answer is yes, but there's a process for that. Anybody wants to add to that?
No, that's absolutely right, Jidong. Some campuses require you to stay in the major 2 years before you can change. We don't do that here. We're much more flexible.
Good. Okay. Oh, another question is, when should a student start to get involved in IEEE? Victor or Steve or Batu?
Honestly, that would be as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The sooner you get there, the better would be. The more connections you'll make with students who are taking higher courses, getting along with professors, or just overall get your hands-on experience ready.
Yeah, and going off of that, it is like Victor said, the sooner you get involved, the sooner the better. And that's because you get to interact with everybody, you get to learn, more about how everything works, and you kind of get, I don't want to say an inside perspective on how everything works, but you get a better understanding of how the curriculum goes and how, study methods you should be taking, or even, just little tricks to help you succeed in your courses and just throughout college itself. A lot of students, especially, with this upcoming fall 2020 semester, have actually reached out to Victor and I and asked us, which courses should I be taking? Which route is the best one to take? What is too much of a workload? What is too little of a workload? And, having the people who understand this and, who have been mentored by graduating students, it allows us to transfer that knowledge, to others and help, ensure their success as well as our own.
And I'd like to add one more thing too. Even if you are interested in IEEE, I feel like also that you should look at all the clubs that are on campus right now and do your research and reach out to as many as possible, just so you get to try different things in the school and you get to see what the school has to offer. Maybe you'll find something that you never knew you were interested in, and it'll just have a profound effect on you to build you as a better person and add more tools in your arsenal that you can use in the future.
I think that's absolutely right. It's absolutely right.
Okay, so we have a couple more questions. I know we have 5 more minutes, so let's be quick on those. Another question is it possible to get involved with internship opportunities during freshman year? My short answer is yes. On campus, there are internship offices and student career center where you can find internship positions posted online. And actually, I have seen students like a freshman to get internship, and they all told me that it's a good experience for them because they know exactly what the industry wants. So from their freshman on, they know how to plan ahead of time. So yes, it's possible. Anybody else want to add to this about internship?
Yeah, I think, and then even if you do have an internship that doesn't go the way you want it, you'll be able to learn from that and be like, you know what, I don't actually like that, or I really like that, and it'll help you mold your ideas and mold what you're going to look towards in school and like push yourself.
Good. Okay. Next question. This is for Steve. You're the alumni. Has your education in Fullerton WE made it easier for you to find jobs after graduation?
Yes, but also it was the clubs I was involved in. So it's almost like the education was the foundation to my house, and then the stuff that I put inside my house were the clubs, were the extracurriculars I did, the projects I started or I joined on, and I helped, and I made sure to make connections outside of school. But you're always, for a good house, you're always going to need a solid foundation, and that's where the education and the class and the curriculum I learned at Cal State Fullerton really helped me have a strong foundation.
Good. Yeah, as far as I can tell, is that many of our students, after they got the degree, they immediately got their job within like a few months. Some of our students even got the job before they graduate. They are waiting on the degree in order to start on the job. So many of our students, they are very popular in the job market. Okay, and now
It's 12:43 about, isn't it? Yeah, so
yeah,
we got to be careful.
Yes, we have another question. Okay, this question is for Victor again. Victor, this is a transfer student who has finished all math and physics classes. So what is the next? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what would be next is looking at the flow chart. That's exactly what I did, and it was easy to transition over. Once you have all your math and science, like physics courses, it'll be way easier to just go straight onto all your engineering courses and finish a lot sooner than you predicted.
Yeah, so it's really important for transfer students that you would want to try to set up an appointment with the college's student success team so they can evaluate the GE courses, evaluate the fundamental math and science courses. And then after that, also set up an appointment to see the undergraduate advisor in our department. So if you have taken any engineering courses, they can help you evaluate whether those engineering courses can be transferred. And once you know which are the courses that you have finished, then looking into the flow chart, you know how to move forward. Okay. So I think that's all the questions I've seen so far. Any other questions? If not, then let me go back to Dr. Bedell. You can summarize today's session.
First of all, I want to thank all of you for being interested in Cal State Fullerton. I want to especially thank our panelists today, Victor, Steve, and Bartu, for telling the students what it's like. I want to thank Stephanie for being here. She's usually at brunch at this time of the week, so we're lucky to have her. But more importantly, we look forward to meeting you and spending some time with you. Our whole office complex has been renovated. So when we get back, we'll have a nice fresh place to greet you. And please don't be strangers. We want to see you and your folks. And please get involved. Please get involved.
Okay, again, we are here to help you. So I know that some of you asked us a question today. Some of you may have questions that you may not ask today. Please feel free to write to us. The office is still in operation, even if we are not there physically. You can call the phone or email. Email is the best way. Again, our email is electenoffice@fullerton.edu. So if you have any questions that you want to ask, please feel free to write to us. If we know the answer, we will answer it in the email. If we don't know the answer, we will try our best to forward the email to the appropriate office on campus so they can provide you the answer for your question. Again, thanks to everyone for coming to today's session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you on campus in the fall.
Thank you. Blessings. Thank you. Appreciate those thumbs up.
Okay, everybody, take care and have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
Stephen, thank you. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bartu.
Thank you all, Victor, Batu, and Steve.
Anytime, guys. You guys have a nice one.
Enjoy the Colorado.
Stay safe, everyone.
Bye.